Hi, what's up guys? I'm Minda. This is my first YouTube video talking about information security. So I will post a lot of videos including web penetration test, normal network penetration test, the wireless attack based on Kali Linux and based on some third-party tools. And this is the first time I make a video on YouTube, so I hope you will like it. So right now in the 21st centuries, we have Kali Linux to hack the world. So if you are a rookie in this area, it will be the most helpful tool, most helpful Linux you should use. So first of all, you have to download it. So I recommend you to use this site, offensivesecurity.com, because if you go to the Kali Linux official website, you have to download the ISO file. Maybe sometimes if you are a rookie, you don't like to configure the Virtualbox difficultly. You want to make everything easier. So this site is really good. So here we have three kind of images: VMware images, Virtualbox images, Hyper-V images. So my Windows system use Virtualbox. So I recommend you to use it because Virtualbox is free. You don't need to pay anything. You can download the Kali Linux 64-bit OVA. OVA is a file extension. So when you download it, you just double click it and it will automatically import in your Virtualbox. You just click OK, and it will be done. You should also download the Virtualbox. So Virtualbox is invented by Oracle. So on this site, you could see Windows machine, Mac machine, Linux machine. If you use Windows as a host machine, you just download the Windows host. If you use Mac, use Mac. If you use Ubuntu or Debian, just download the Linux distributions. So I also recommend you to download this Virtualbox Oracle VM Virtualbox extension pack because as it means if you want to use the USB 2.0 devices, you have to use this pack. Because when we hack the wireless network, we need to buy a third-party wireless adapter. It has a USB device you have to plug into your laptop or the desktop, and then we'll hack the world, hack your neighbor. So if you want to do it, you have to download it. So after you install the Virtualbox and the Kali Linux, the screen will look like it. So the first thing you have to do is to configure the Virtualbox and configure the Kali Linux. First of all, I recommend you to start from here. You just click File Preference. Here is the network. I recommend you to build a NAT network. I will explain it later. So if you use NAT network, so it will be much easier to you to start. But it's not only one option. You have a lot of options. But you just start your hacking. Just use it, and then let's go inside again. We click this button, double click. You will know that network 2, the network CID, the support DHCP, the IPv6 port forwarding. I recommend you to change here to what you like. I recommend to use the private IP address. I will explain later. Okay. So I don't need it now. Just remove it. So in terms of IP address, especially the private IP address, let's check it out. The private IP address. So if you want to make an interview, the employer or recruiter may ask you this kind of questions. For example, what IP addresses are private? So normally there are three kinds of IP addresses. So when you are at home, so normally your router tells you to use the 192.168.1.1 or 1.2 or 2.1. So it's the one kind of private IP address. And then I would like to introduce something about classical network. So it's also really important when you make an interview. So at the very beginning in the IP world, there are three kinds of class. Class A, Class B, and Class C. So the size of network number bit, the 8, 6, 24. So I think if you are in this area, you will be familiar with the subnet mask. So it means the first 8 bits show us the network. So if the first 8 bits are same, it means we are in the same network, even if we use different devices. This is 16, this is 24, this is the normal way. Right now we use CIDR. Now it's like the next generation of Class A, Class B, Class C, because sometimes you have maybe 400 devices and you don't want to use the Class B, it's too big. So what the option for you is to use a different subnet mask, but not 24, but could be the 20 or 22 if you want to use 400 devices. Okay, next step, let's configure the Kali Linux. And just right click, go to the setting. And here at the very beginning, this is the advanced options. I recommend you to use bidirectional because you could copy and paste much easier. Disk encryptions, if you want to encrypt your disk, it's a good choice. So the system, because the Kali Linux need at least 2 GB memory, otherwise it will run very slowly. So I recommend you to use at least 2 GB for the memory. And for the processor, 2, and the execution cap, I recommend to move it to the 100%. It's really important because one time when I move it from the 100 to the 1 by mistake, the machine is super slow. I don't like it. And for network, so we just set up the NAT network. Just click the NAT network. The NAT network you have set up. So I will explain a little bit about NAT and the bridge adapter and the host only adapter. So these 3 options are useful, and you may use it for a long time. So an NAT network, so let me show you. So normally when you are at home, so the Xfinity will give you a public IP address, but you have a bunch of devices, your iPad, your iPhone, your laptops, and these devices have their own private IP address, and at the same time they share the one public IP address. Sounds like your home. So your house or your apartment has only one address, but in the apartment there are a lot of people. So we use NAT technology to translate from the public to the private. So as a result, we could build a bunch of devices and share the limited IP address, especially the IPv4, especially in the United States. They love IPv4, and the IPv4 is really limited because IPv4 has only 32 bits. It's not big enough, so it's limited. So NAT, when we use NAT, we could solve the problem, solve the limitation of IPv4. Okay, it's the instruction about IPv4 and the instruction about bridge adapter. It means you have your network card with an MAC address. It's on your host machine, on your Windows machine, on your laptop. So because we use Virtualbox, so it's virtual. Could call it virtual network card. But when we use bridge adapter, I would like to make them same. At least from the outside, they look same. So that's a bridge, like a bridge between the virtual network card and the physical network card. So as a result, when our host machine, the IP address may be 192.168.2.2, and your Kali Linux may be the 2.3. They are in the same network, but not NAT. If you use NAT, they are not in the same network, because if you use NAT, they are in the same network. But sometimes, especially at school, so the firewall, the router, what normally we call AP, they could detect this behavior. So normally when you at school, when you use Kali Linux using bridge adapter, it doesn't work. So if you're at school, if you want to use it, NAT works. And finally, let's talk about host only. Like, as it means host only, the host only. So it's like the air gap network. This is a popular term, especially in the industry, air gap. So your Kali Linux doesn't connect to the internet. It's like in a black box. No one knows it. It's like in the air gap. Hi guys, when you start your machine, your Kali Linux, you'll find some problems. For example, the window is too small and the icon is small. So let me give you the solution. So when you see the icon is small, what you should do is go to the view, scale factor, put it into 200%, the icon will be bigger. The font will be bigger. Your eyes will feel convenient, not tough. So the window is also small. How to deal with it? So the solution is let's go to media. You will see the CD-ROM 0 and CD-ROM, and maybe you don't see it. The way you can see it is to click the device, insert guest addition CD image, and you will see it. In the next step, you have to copy ROM 0 to your desktop or to anywhere in your user directory. Just cp it, and then let's go to the desktop. Go to the, you see there's a Virtualbox Linux editions.rom, and you just just run it, and everything will be good. It will solve the mouse issues, will solve the resolution issues. The window will become bigger to fit your host machine, and even if when you use the shared folder, it will be much easier for you to share folder. When you copy paste, it's really good. The guest addition is really important for the VirtualBox or for the VMware in a virtualization tool. So the final thing I would like to talk about is the shared folder. So normally you would like to transfer the folder or files from the host machine to your Linux. So the way you could use is to set up the share folders. Normally just click this button and find any folders you want to use. For example, .android, just an example. So there are three unchecked boxes. So the first, read only. It means your Linux could only read it but cannot write it. Auto mount, it means every time when you boot your computer, so the folder on the host machine will be mounted to your Linux. Third, make permanent. It's permanent. Yeah, that's it. And you click it, hit OK. It'll be good. And you reboot the system, everything is good. Right now I don't need it. Just click it. Okay, thanks a lot. This is my first video on YouTube talking about information security. I will talk more information security in the next few months, and I hope you guys love it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.